Ever thought about narcissists too much seem so sure of themselves? Well, being in love with yourself is a certain kind of personality. It's a mix of self-love, thinking too highly of yourself, and always wanting people to admire you. This can make your relationships with others unhealthy and leave you feeling tired and unsatisfied. People who love themselves too much can seem very charming and like nothing can hurt them. But what if I told you that narcissists have 5 secret weak points? Weakness number 1, narcissists struggle to think about themselves and their actions. Let's dig into this a bit more. To put it simply, narcissists are great at blaming others. They are pros at making other people seem responsible for problems they are causing. This is a clear sign that they don't spend time thinking about their own actions. Thinking about our own actions is an important part of understanding ourselves and learning from mistakes. But narcissists have a hard time with this. They'd rather ignore their issues than face them. You might be asking, why is this important? It's important because it harms their relationships. Imagine being with someone who never admits they're wrong. Someone who always puts the blame on you. It's really tiring, isn't it? But it's not just about relationships. Not being able to think about their actions stops them from becoming better people. Personal growth comes from admitting our mistakes and working on them. But a narcissist, stuck in their world of self-importance, doesn't see the need to change. They think they're perfect, so they ignore their real selves. They stay the same, they can't change, they can't grow. Ignoring their problems and not thinking about their actions traps them in a cycle of lying to themselves. It's like they're walking through life with a mirror that only shows other people, not them. They notice everyone else's problems, but never their own. And this wrong perception makes them believe they're always the ones being wronged, never the ones causing problems. So being able to think about their actions is the first problem with narcissists. It's something they try to hide, but it really affects their relationships and personal growth. They don't want you to see this, but now that you do, you're closer to understanding how a narcissist thinks. Let's talk about weakness number 2. Narcissists don't like working with others. This is a very interesting point. It's not because they don't understand what teamwork is, but they decide not to work as part of a team. Why? Because working in a team means sharing the spotlight, and narcissists, well, they really dislike sharing. Narcissists always want to win. They see life as a big stage where they need to be the best all the time. They see every conversation as a competition, where they need to come out on top. It's not about helping each other or working towards a common goal. No, for them, it's all about being the star, the one who stands out, the one who gets all the credit. This need to always win, while it might help them do well in some areas, makes it hard for them to work in teams. They find it hard to work well with others because they're always trying to show that they're the best. It's not good for a team, where everyone's ideas are important and respected. But it's not just at work that this trait causes problems. It also affects their personal relationships. Narcissists don't believe in working together with a partner to build a relationship. Instead, they see their partner as someone who should cater to their needs and always feed their ego. It's a one-sided relationship, where the narcissist only takes and never gives. They're not interested in understanding or compromise. They're not interested in building a strong bond based on mutual respect and shared effort. They're only interested in what benefits them. And this, dear listeners, is big weakness. Because working together, whether at work or in personal life, is key to growth and success. It's about understanding that we can achieve more together than we can alone. But narcissists, blinded by their big egos, fail to understand this. A narcissist's dislike for teamwork is their second hidden weakness. It's a flaw that stops them from making real connections with others, from building strong relationships, and in the end, from reaching their full potential. Next, let's talk about the third weakness of narcissists. They're always bored. Sounds a bit odd, right? But we can make sense of it. Narcissists, by their very nature, are always hunting for something fun, new, and exciting. Love the thrill of new experiences, and are always on the lookout for the next best thing to satisfy their constant need for excitement. This continuous search often leads to them not really getting involved in anything, be it people, hobbies, or even their own personal growth. Imagine being around someone who's always changing their mind, never happy, always wanting something better. That's what a narcissist's life is like. They hop from one hobby to another, one friend to another, one goal to another, as soon as the initial thrill to fade. They lose interest so quickly that they hardly ever stick around to finish what started. This constant boredom, however, is also about their inability to find in normal everyday things. A narcissist's life is full of extremes. Extreme happiness when they find something new and thrilling, and extreme sadness when that thrill goes away. They are always restless, always unhappy. This constant state of unhappiness, this never-ending need for excitement, leads to a lot of instability in their lives. Relationships, jobs, hobbies, nothing lasts because nothing can keep their attention for long. They're like a leaf in the wind, always being blown from one place to another, never able to settle down. And the saddest part, often don't even that this constant boredom is a problem. They see it as a love for life, a desire for adventure, not understanding that this endless search for new things is actually leaving them feeling empty on the inside. It's a cruel cycle, one that leaves them always unhappy and always looking for the next best thing. This constant state of boredom is another weakness that narcissists have. It's a weakness that leaves them always looking but never really finding, always chasing but never catching. It's of constant dissatisfaction, of constant unrest. And in the end, it's a life that leaves them feeling hollow and lonely. Weakness number 4. People with narcissism really want to be admired. A person with narcissism really likes to be praised, almost like a moth that can't help but be attracted to a bright light. It's more than just wanting praise, it's a deep need, like a hunger that never goes away. This constant want for others to approve of them and validate them is a big part of who they are. They need to be told they're great all the time to feel good about themselves. It's a cycle that keeps their ego big and makes them think the world revolves around them. But why is this a problem? Because it makes them weak. It makes it easy for others to take advantage of them. It makes them rely on others to feel good about themselves. And even though they may seem confident and like they're better than everyone else, it shows that they're actually very unsure of themselves and scared of being rejected or criticized. This constant need for admiration can also make their relationships difficult. It can make the people around them feel annoyed and frustrated because they always have to praise them. It can make the relationship uneven, where the person with narcissism's needs come first, which isn't healthy. In the end, their need for admiration can be both good and bad for them. On one hand, it makes them feel good about themselves and makes them feel important. On the other hand, it shows their weaknesses, their uncertainties, and their need for others to validate them. So even though they might try to seem confident and sure of themselves, their need for admiration shows a different side of them. It shows a person who needs others to feel good about themselves, someone who's very unsure of themselves, and someone who's easily hurt by criticism and rejection. Strong desire to be admired is indeed a big weakness. Lastly, the 5th weakness. Narcissists need codependence more than the other way around. Though they may behave as if they're unbeatable, deep down, they really need others to feel good about themselves. It's a weird dance. The who should be strong and independent ends up needing others to make them feel good because they can't do it on their own. They need others, the ones they often put down and trick to feel okay. It's something that's as sad as it is surprising. The narcissist's constant need for attention and praise is a craving that never goes away. At the end of the day, the narcissist depends on the codependent, not to live, but to feel valuable. It's like an addiction, something they can't get rid of. This need is the final and maybe the most unexpected weakness of a narcissist. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, give thumbs up. For more videos like this, hit subscribe button.